everyone, welcome to Saucy Cat. My name's Zoe and I haven't made mushrooms on the channel very often. Why? Because Connor doesn't like them and that leaves way too many leftovers for just me. But this next recipe is so good I just have to show you guys, and Connor will just have to deal with it. Vegan stuffed mushrooms. Let's get into it. First, let's make the filling, which is basically mashed potatoes, but fancy mashed potatoes. Skin and chop 1 sweet potato and 2 russet potatoes. Put them in a pot of water and bring to a boil. Boil the potatoes for 15 minutes. Meanwhile, mince up 1 shallot and the white ends of 3 green onions. Save the green parts of the green onion for later. Once our potatoes can be easily pierced with a fork, drain out the water and set aside. Grab a small pan and add a tiny bit of olive oil. Heat the oil up and add the shallot and green onions. Saute for 2 to 3 minutes until the shallot is glossy and it smells all yummy. Back to our potatoes. Let's give them a good mashing before adding some almond milk, vegan butter, and our shallots and green onions. Continue mashing and mixing until you got some fancy mashed potatoes. Now the star of the show, the mushrooms. I have here 2 very big Portobello mushrooms. The recipe technically calls for 4, but I don't feel like going back to the store. Wipe off any dirt and cut out the stems. Lay the mushrooms top side up on a lined baking sheet. Brush the tops with a little olive oil and plop them into a 400-degree oven for 10 to 15 minutes. This will help get rid of any moisture in the mushrooms. While those bake, let's grab a small pot for our sauce. In goes some garlic and vegan butter. Next, some olive oil, vegan Worcestershire sauce, and balsamic vinegar. Season it with some salt, pepper, cayenne pepper, and paprika. Put the pot on the stove at medium-high and cook for 10 minutes, letting it reduce. Remove the mushrooms from the oven and carefully flip them over. Use a paper towel to dab away any moisture. Now brush on some of the sauce onto the mushrooms. Brush it into the fins and crevices, but leave about a 1/4 cup of sauce for later. Now fill the mushrooms with the potatoes. Depending on the size of your mushrooms, each one will get about 1 to 2 cups of potatoes. Back into the oven they go, this time for 25 minutes. Just enough time for the potatoes to slightly burn on the edges. While we wait, let's make the cornstarch and water slurry and add it to the remaining sauce. Whisk on the heat until the sauce thickens. Mushrooms are done, so let's drizzle on our sauce, sprinkle on the rest of the green onions, and let's plate this dish. There are so many pretty colors in this. It looks really nice. Our sauce is really intense and flavorful, but our mashed potatoes work perfect to tone that back down, and then it's on this wonderful mushroom bed. Well, that does it for today. Let me know what your favorite mushroom recipes are down in the comments. Like and subscribe so you don't miss any future dishes. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time on Saucy Cat.
Things won't stop falling.